Hi. Now in this volume, showing the Kuntao and Kali footwork, we're going to start off with the very basic reverse triangle. Most of you may already know this one. You're going to start at the apex of the triangle and just step out to each side, right, then the left. Now this isn't a locked-in stance. This leg isn't in cement back here. I don't have to keep it back here. I can slide it up and back. As you start getting more familiar with this, go ahead and start bringing this hand up to guard the face. Because what I'm doing, my opponent is right here in the center. And I'm blocking, I'm going to this side, I'm going to his left side. So I'm going to keep my guard up so he can't hit me with an attack.
Okay, now here I am working with a partner, just moving from side to side. This is a good way to practice the application of the stepping technique and for you to see a little bit more clearly what you're doing. Now as you can see, I'm simply using a parry and an outside block, or we call a windmill block, as I move from side to side. Here's another drill you can practice on your own or have your students work on. This is using the same footwork, we're just blocking differently. We're going against a punch to the face and then a punch to the midsection. So we're doing the high block and then working the low line. Now as with any of these drills, you as the feeder or the one throwing the punches should do so at a nice, steady pace. You're not trying to hit your partner. You're training him. You're trying to help him. If he's not able to move fast enough to get these blocks, slow him down a little bit. Your goal is to help your partner improve, not stroke your own ego.
Now we're going into a forward triangle, because the point of the triangle is facing forward. This is normally used as a retreating step, not always, but normally from the middle, I step back, up and back. 1, 2. Here again, I'm not locking this out. I can slide this back to something a little more natural. None of your stances in Kuntao or Kali are really solid, locked-in kind of stances. Sometimes we'll do that for training, but in fighting, that's not what you want. You want to be mobile.
Alright, now here we're applying some of the footwork against a weapon. As you can see, if it's a longer weapon, like a stick or a pole, you may need to duck in addition to using your footwork. If it's a shorter weapon, like a knife, you can use the same footwork, maybe just apply a little bit different blocking technique. The main thing is getting out of the way of the strike. With a knife, it's especially important to move away from the attack. Normally in Kuntao and Kali, we want to move forward into our attacker, not away from him.
Okay, now we have the 3-point or full triangle. We're going to start with the reverse triangle. Start at the apex again. I step out. Now the difference is, instead of coming back and going to the left, I step out, I come across, and then back. Out, across, back. Out, across, back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you can do this. Of course, you're going to do this in both directions. So from here, I just switch. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we have the same thing for the forward triangle. I start in front of the triangle, step back, across, and up, and together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, here we see the application of the full forward triangle. You can also obviously use this as a drill for yourself or your students. With any of this footwork, it's very important to practice. Repetition is the key.
Now, using this W pattern, we can work the forward and the reverse triangle at the same time. There's a couple different ways we can do this. This is the first one I'm going to show you. Starting at one side, I step back. 1, 2. See, I'm doing the forward, I'm stepping back, I'm using my backward, moving away from the attack, and now moving forward. I switch, I move back, switch, and forward. Switch, forward, switch, back, forward. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, now we're going to speed it up a little bit. Don't worry about your hands really. Just kind of concentrate on the foot movements and try to work on this, getting it smooth and quick.
Now the second one is a diamond pattern that allows us to do the reverse and forward triangle together. I'm going to start at the back apex. I'm going to step out and do my reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now you can also use different types of equipment to practice some of your footwork, such as a standing bag or a chair or something like that. Now you can do this same stepping drill with a partner. You can do the diamond step or the full reverse step. Now to do this drill, you're going to start with the reverse triangle, just tapping lightly on each side. Now to cue your partner to step through, you're going to tap in the small of the back, kind of a small push to let him know that both of you are going to step through.
And lastly, I can use this double triangle or hourglass pattern. You would start in the middle. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go to the back part of this triangle. 4, 5, 6, and then shuffle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me try to show you without the sticks laying here. Just remember that X pattern we had on the floor. I'm standing in the middle. If I start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just like the others, you can go the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we have an S shape. This is to help us get around the opponent, around to the back side. If my opponent is right here, I'm going to step, a block, I step. I might throw a block, I might throw a hit in here, and then I'm going to step back to assess the situation, or so I'm facing him so I can do my next technique or be prepared if he turns to attack. So I go 1, 2, 3. And then of course I can just go back from here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, here's an application for the S pattern. Now there are many others, but we're only going to give you one right now to give you an idea of how it can be applied. Now to turn this into a back and forth drill with your partner, you simply turn to face him after he finishes his attack. Here again you can see after my partner finishes his attack, I turn to face him. He thrusts, I step, 1, 2, and 3. He turns, I thrust, 1, 2, 3. You just keep going on in the same pattern. Start off slow. There's no rush. Just take your time and get it down correctly. Now if you look closely at the footwork, you'll see it's basically the same S pattern we just did. One, two, three. The nice thing about using this pattern is you could go from the right side and then change to the left side. So it's easier to switch up your footwork using this diamond shape pattern. You can also use this shape working with a partner. As you go through, go ahead and tap or block your partner on the way through. Okay, here we're just switching sides and going in the other direction. With any footwork, it's important to work both sides or both angles.
Go to the right. Okay, this is a fake. The only reason I have it set up in a diamond pattern is because normally you'll do it with a partner. My partner will be on that side, I'm on this side, we move at the same time. What you're doing is trying to fake your opponent out and move to the other side. If he's in the center, I would fake, pretend I'm going to his right. I fake, I switch, and I come to the left. During this drill, you're going to continue on and walk through. And then you're at the back side. on the other side so you can continue the drill. So from here, I would go 1, 2, 3. And your partner will be doing this at the same time you are. So here it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. From the side, 1, 2, 3. Now these first two moves have to be quick. I want to really make him think I'm going to that side. So, as I fake, 1, 2. 1, 2. And then you may throw a hit, you may have to block and throw a hit in as you go by, or as you move to that side. That's something we're going to get into later on. But for now, it's 1, 2, 3. And turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do this on both sides. So, let's go to my right. I fake to his left, my right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Try to come in. Now the next one is a double fake. I fake, and I go back to my original side that I started, to the right or left, whichever one you started with. I go right, left, back to the right, and through. Because I want to get to the side or behind him. The reason you would do a double fake is if you get into trouble. If I start to fake, and I'm planning on going to this side, so I fake, I plan on going here, he's ready for me. Here comes a punch, here comes a kick. Boom, I go back and come to the other side. Okay, so you always want to be prepared for the unexpected. go from this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fake, fake, and through. Normally, when my students do it, fake, fake. When I come through, we'll block. He's coming through on this side, we block and step through. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can go to the other side then. It's easier with when you do it by yourself. You can do it with a partner. Sometimes it gets confusing if you switch up too much. And through. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you notice I'm switching, going to the right, left, right, and I'm going to the left. So you switch each time, or you can just stay with one side. Alright, now we're going to do a little circling move, walking in a circle. Here again, this is just something to help you get used to moving around your opponent or behind your opponent. All you're going to do is just step, 1, 2, just like this. Okay, we're just stepping, normal walking. Now it's not that difficult, but I just want to make you aware that you're just going to step, step. Don't do any crossing, go step behind like this and get yourself caught up or bound up where you're off balance. There is a twisting stance that we do later, but it's done differently. It's a different technique. So from here, you're just going to just walk. If you want to put your hands up, that's fine. Walk, step, and walk. Just moving in a circle. Just get used to moving around. It looks like Pakwa from the Chinese arts. It's different. We're picking our feet up. We're not shuffling like they do. Okay, so I'm going to pick the foot up. 1, 2. As you circle, turn. Circle. Get used to moving. Alright, now we're going to add some ducking movements. This will come in handy against an opponent, especially with a weapon, and also helps to build your leg strength. So as we go, we're going to use our reverse triangle. We're going to step out and drop down and back. To the left, out, drop, and back.
This is also a good exercise for the legs, strengthening the thighs. Now this ducking motion can also be used stepping to the rear. Now in this variation, we step in, drop down, and strike to the hip flexor with an elbow.
Okay, these next two are our sidestepping drills. They have a 90 and 180 degree sidestepping. We're going to start with the 180. It's a little bit easier to begin with. So you can start facing your opponent and you simply step and shift, moving your body out of the way. This is primarily used against a thrusting type of attack, which I'll show you in a minute. From here, we go to the other side and shift. It's just back and forth. Notice I do a little bit of sliding with this foot. I step and slide.
This movement allows you to quickly get your body out of the way in case of a sudden attack. Here's a way you can practice this drill with a partner. You can also try not blocking at all, just trying to get your body out of the way.
Okay, now for the 90 degree, we're going to start facing our opponent. Usually we'll start maybe kind of a fighting or on guard type of stance. One leg is slightly ahead in front. And we're going to make a C shape here. A C shape and shift and back. So it's a C shape, shift. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And the only really hard part about this one is eventually you're going to start shifting your feet this way. And we go to the other side. And back. Shift and back. And shift. Shift, shift, shift,
Here again, if you really want to challenge yourself, try it without the blocking. You can think of the foot drag as a front leg sweep. As you step forward, keep the foot low to the ground. You want to hook your opponent right behind the ankle and pull. Now it doesn't really matter which side you come in from. Whether you come in as a closed stance, face to face, or an open stance where you're on the same side, or your left foot would be hooked behind his right foot. The main idea with the foot drag is just to unbalance him, not to sweep him to the ground. Okay, here we're still doing the foot drag, but we're shuffling forward and doing it off the lead leg. This variation might lack a little power, but it's a lot faster. The nice thing about the foot drag is your opponent doesn't even see it. You won't see the foot drag because as you close that gap, you're going to keep him preoccupied with your hands, whether it's a punch, a block, a slap, or whatever. This cross-legged stance is a bit tricky and probably won't be used much until your advanced levels. However, once you master it, it can be quite effective. As you can see, it's really not too difficult. Simply step and twist. Typically, when you do this move, you're either stepping on the opponent's foot or behind his lead ankle. Alright, now we're going to put the two together, combining the cross stance with the foot drag. Usually you would use this if the first one misses, meaning if your opponent, when you do the cross stance, if your opponent lifts his foot up and steps back or steps away from you, then you follow through with the foot drag. Now, as I was saying earlier, when you use the cross step, you're going to try to step behind your opponent's lead foot. If you step on the foot, that's fine, but ideally you want to step behind. If he picks up to evade, you step forward and sweep or foot drag. Now, this is a drill you could do with your students. As you step into your cross stance, your partner lifts his foot and steps back, allowing you to step forward with your foot drag. Now again, the idea is not necessarily to sweep him to the ground, but to simply unbalance him so you can continue with your attack. Once again, I block, step, he retracts, I follow with a foot drag.